The Chakras Root to Crown Oracle Deck is a tool designed to help people connect to their soul destiny. As humans, we live a birth-to-death cycle, yet as a soul, our existence is infinite. In each human life, our goal is to learn and connect to our authentic self. We seek guidance when we are repeating patterns and feel blocked from our purpose. This oracle deck breaks down a human's chakra system and uses that information as a roadmap. Each chakra contains physical, emotional, and spiritual information to navigate a clear path towards authenticity and awakening. By gathering perspective with a reading, you will gain soul-level wisdom. These insights bring depth to your spiritual journey and dissolve the blocks, unveiling your highest potential. Take the next step by selecting your layout and explore a reading today. Hello everybody, good morning. What is today? Thursday. I am so excited. I am trying to start a new routine for not only myself, but all the young girls that my friend Julie and I were starting a young women's empowerment club, and it starts today. We're in Ohio, so all of our kids went back to school yesterday, and Julie and I have both made huge career shifts to be able to work with young girls, and so in empowerment and teaching them through yoga and physical, emotional, mental. So in doing that, in holding space for young girls to step into their own power, Julie and I have both decided we also have to establish even better routines for ourselves so we can be very clear humans, because when you teach from a wounded position or a deficiency yourself, then you typically tend to pass that on to those that you teach. And so I woke up this morning, I set my alarm for 6 a.m. and went back to sleep. I had great intentions of doing lots of energy work at 6 a.m. and bringing this to everybody really early. But that kind of, my body said no and said sleep a little extra, and got the boys on the bus this morning myself, and now I'm here. So my goal in this, and we'll see, I'm going to say this intention out loud so that we can, you can hold me accountable, but my goal is to upload onto the Chakra app, which if you see over here, this floating ghost image is what the Chakra Deck app comes up when you download it for Android or Apple, and you can find that in the comments section. There's a link to download. It's completely free, and I update and upload everything, all the content I've put out. There's tons of free workshops, and there's just so much information there, meditations, things to explore, different tools if you're into master numbers and numerology and knowing all about that. You can find just about anything there if you want to do crystal gridding, earth gridding, whatever, it's all there. So my goal in doing this is to establish a practice where I've been path working through the Tree of Life, but my own practice will change daily. But I'm going to do my silent practice, and then I am recording a very quick meditation based off of whatever kind of energy is coming through for me. And then I am doing a collective read for what's going on for everybody. And so I will upload those into the app, the Chakra app, every day. And my goal is every day. It might just be the Tuesdays and Thursdays that we hold space for these divine young females that we're working with, but we'll see how this transpires. So I will upload in there. The meditation today is really phenomenal. It was really interesting. It came through to kind of transmute some of this density that we hold in like the body and the organ language, and through all time, all space, all the things we're connected to. And so it was a really unique, interesting, new process that I've never been awakened to through meditation. So it's very short, maybe 10 to 15 minutes max. So that'll be uploaded, and I'll put it right there on one of the front buttons on the Chakra Deck app. So if you go to the App Store, Android, whatever, Google Play, it's called Chakra Deck. And so please support. It's no cost, but the more people that support and rate it, the better chance I have at getting advertising for it. So I think I'm a far way off, but I'm going to open that bridge for success to come in that way, so I can keep doing all these fun things. So we're going to read some cards just to see the energy that's swirling so far is pretty cool. It's already been about kind of relieving density. I'm going to try and do these reads really quick, and I didn't set up a lot of camera shots today, so just bear with me. So root chakra, the energy of root chakra is root chakra, which is pretty cool. It's all about being in the present moment, about aligning your new foundation to the energy of groundedness and grounded awareness and being really present. And through this presence is what's going to establish this new foundation. And so I love this. It's kind of like this morning I wanted to wake up at 6 a.m., but my body said otherwise. And so for everybody out there, it's just a reminder that to really establish any kind of new foundation or new practice, and even with this, right? So the goal in presenting information this way and providing a quick meditation and then rolling into a quick read of energy, it's all about establishing this new a new practice, or it's basically a new routine. And so anytime we can get ourselves out of an old pattern and into a new routine, we can open ourselves up to experience energy in different ways. And so this would be all about listening to what's happening in the present moment, being grounded enough to gain the awareness of what's coming through in the present moment, so that we can shift and give ourselves what we need. Relationship. So what's going on with relationships right now? There's a pullback, there's a dimming, there's kind of a so we like to be authentic, we like to be our truest self, because in being our truest self, we're able to gain the wisdom we need to make shifts and align ourselves to healthy relationships, or those people who are helping us to co-create a reality in which we like to play and be engaged in. And so here it's saying there's a hyper spin of the third eye chakra, which means there has been a pullback. Like you've seen something, you've gained perspective on a relationship you're connected to, and this is a one-on-one relationship. So again, it can be the partner in your life, it can be a daughter, it can be a friend, it can be a coworker, it can be a boss. So it's just you and another person here, and it's saying that you've gotten intuitive information, you have the perspective, or you had the perspective. There's been patterns, or there's been indications of something that you have in your thought forms in your mind have played through, and you know that you internally know you have a connection, you have perspective on this situation. And what it's saying is either you've brought this to the forefront of the awareness of this other person outside of you, you've spoken your truth, you've asked for help, or you've spoken words or your concerns, or whatever it is that you've seen in this kind of when you've analyzed this relationship at a distance. And yet what happens is this person has been able to dissuade you or pull you out of the truth of what you know, or what you know to be true. And so what it's saying is you are almost in denial over this relationship, that because of the pattern here, there is a pattern, and anytime we're not living our fullest authenticity, we tend to take on patterns or belief systems that then become lessons that play out in our reality. And the one thing humans don't want more of are lessons. We like to live fun, exciting, clear, fluid lives. And when we get into density, when we slow ourselves down, when we start getting ill, when we start repeating patterns and things, it's because we've ignored that internal knowing. We've pulled away from our authentic truth and allowed this this energy to kind of dictate to us what it is. I'm going to move that floating thing out of my face. And so in that, we've pulled back. And so that's what it's just making you aware of, to go back into that relationship and know where you were coming from with all of your intuitive knowledge and the perspective you had, and trust in that, because it's saying you've pulled back and you're in a state of denial with this relationship. So now what about you? There has been a pullback for you, another hypo card for crown chakra, which is so interesting because that's what came through in the meditation today. So please, it's a really short audio. It was really cool. I have a feeling, I mean, this is what I knew would all be aligned. I'd do a meditation and then I'd read the cards and they'd be very connected. And this is my goal, is to bring a daily practice to people, because when we can remove our density, we can just be such clear channels to not only live our highest joy, heart-centered love vibration, and just enjoy being human and being on this earth, but also that mirrors to the people surrounding us. And so here it's saying there is a component of you that has pulled back, again, that has this spiritual disbelief. Maybe things haven't been aligning for you. Maybe there's a bit of a funk going on for you right now. Maybe you thought what your purpose was, or what this end goal was, or you had this clear vision of what life was supposed to look like right now, and it's saying that there's this pullback. There's this part of you that's questioning. There's this component within you that's detached from this complete knowing that everything has been divinely aligned for you. And so there's a slowdown here when we detach. This is crown chakra. When we detach from our crown chakra in this way, we start to, it's almost like pigeonholing the experiences that are going to get us to the next level, or that are going to get us to see clearly that which we're creating, or kind of envisioned ourselves creating. And so when you have distrust in that path that you're on right now, which is this, what I'm describing, this hypo crown chakra, when you have distrust in that path, and in what the word here is, a spiritual disbelief, when that happens, there's a pullback, and it takes what's really big and the potential of lots of aligning things for you, and it makes it this very tiny pigeonholed kind of experience. And you really have to be aware to get that tiny experience as it flows in, instead of, if you have trust and complete openness, then you're getting lots of experiences all the time, and you get to choose what one is going to align you to that greater outcome. So heart chakra is the bridge. Heart chakra helps us move from the lower self, or the lower personality, which are the first three cards I did, and the higher self, the higher energy. And so here we're manifesting the ability to grow. And this is all about aligning our authenticity with a passion. And again, it said that you've kind of pulled back from your authenticity. You've pulled back from a belief, or not a belief, it is a belief, but you've pulled back from trusting in what you're co-creating right now, because maybe things aren't aligning as they should, or maybe there's been some stagnancy, or maybe there's been some density, maybe things aren't happening how you thought they would. And so what this is saying is there's growth for you, and right now it's basically aligning you authentically to the passion. So it's asking you, are you really willing to fight for this, right? And so sometimes this is how we test ourselves, and to test ourselves if we're ready to grow and ready to step into that next level of awareness. Basically what happens is when we attach ourselves to this bigger picture of life, or our purpose, when we end up attaching ourselves to our purpose, what'll happen is we get these tests. Are you really willing to step into this next phase? Are you really willing to grow that big? Are you really willing to give yourself an opportunity to achieve this much? And what this is saying is that there's so much growth potential for you right now, but it's really asking you to passionately align to that which you know is true for you, and to hold on to that, because in that is where all your growth is going to come. And so throat chakra, we're manifesting the energy of courage. So this is speaking the truth. And I'm going back to the relationship here, because it feels like there is a partnership, or there's something maybe you're not feeling so clear in speaking your truth. But again, this is all about your mind and connection to like the energy you need to get things done in life. And this is about having courage, and it's coming up in throat chakra. So having the courage to and basically being able to sustain this energy of speaking what's coming through to you in your mind. And back in our relationship card, there was this card that said, you know, you've gotten the truth, you've had your mind these downloads or these thoughts of truth and things that have been resonant for you with this one-on-one relationship. You've gained awareness and perspective over a situation, yet there's something inhibiting you from speaking this to the person that it's in connection to, and you're not speaking your truth. So it's asking you to have courage to speak your truth to that person, to that relationship, because that will again help you become more clear on who you are and what you're building authentically, which will then just help you to align to more of this kind of path and purpose. So now we're going third eye chakra, which is all about the perspective. And it's saying that you're going to have to be adaptable. Remember at the beginning of this channel, we pulled the root chakra card, which means we're growing from this sustainable, grounded foundation. And here now it's saying in the grander perspective of things, once we can get stable and grounded, that we'll have this ability to be adaptable to the community and the groups and the people that are surrounding us, and being able to align that to our passions. So in the heart chakra, we're basically aligning ourselves to our passions, and that's the bridge, the gateway that gets us over this hump that we're experiencing, or this funk that we're experiencing right now. And now the greater perspective of this is, once we can align our passion, find out what we're passionate about, that we're going to be able to bring that passion to a community of people that are surrounding us. And it's really going to get us to become kind of adaptable in not only living our passion through ourselves, but then expressing that out to a bigger community that's ready for it. And then the outcome here would be progress. So this is awesome, because anytime we get progress, it's about aligning this like fire energy to our foundation. So we're moving forward, and this is a great, I think, nod to everybody, saying don't stop. Even though we, you know, there's been this, you know, you had this expansive moment where you could see very clearly what you were creating, and then maybe things slowed down, things weren't aligning as you thought they should, things were looking a bit unclear in how you thought they should look, and they've changed a bit. And so what this is saying now, the outcome card, is that we are on a path of progress, and we're moving towards that final destination, and everything is aligning in this present moment. So there were just a few things that came up that would help you become more clear on how to achieve kind of that which you're connected to, and that is speaking your truth to your relationships, and having the courage to speak truth to the relationships, trusting what you're feeling and thinking about, or the perspective you have in connection to that one-on-one relationship. And then also for you to trust more that what you did see, this bigger picture of what you're co-creating, that trusting in that is going to open up the possibilities, because what it's saying is you've come into a point where you've really pigeonholed some of these possibilities because of this kind of disbelief in the bigger picture, or maybe even timid, scared, disassociation type quality with kind of all this magnitude of what you've seen, and now you're kind of like pigeonholing yourself into just a minute component of it. So that is today. Again, follow on or download, it's free, the Chakra Deck app. And in that Chakra Deck app, you can access all of this. I'll have the meditation that I did this morning posted right along with this. I'm going to make it a new button on that front page. So right when you go in, it'll say daily guidance, and under daily guidance, you'll be able to access this video, and it'll have the meditation, and it'll have just an affirmation to start aligning to, so that we can all get on this beautiful co-creating path together. So thank you so much. With light and love always. Have a beautiful day.